Hello. Are you Ellie?
Yes, I am. Who is this?
Well, I'm Honey's girlfriend.
What? Who is Honey?
Huh? Obviously, it's Anthony. Oh, you don't call him by his nickname. You must not be loved, hoping.
I'm not sure about nicknames, but Anthony is my husband.
I know.
So what are you trying to say? Are you having an affair with Anthony?
I'm not having an affair. I'm in a serious relationship.
Serious relationship. I'm the one he's married to. You must be the one having an affair.
Either way, it doesn't matter. In the end, he will marry me.
Him? What is your name?
I'm Hazel. I'm a very fresh 20-year-old college student. Just kidding.
So, are you really having an affair with my Anthony? Are you sure you are not sending the messages to the wrong person?
I'm sure I'm sending the messages to the right person. I secretly got your phone number from Honey's phone.
I see. So, you knew Anthony was married, but you kept seeing him.
Of course, I knew. Honey has been wearing a wedding ring from the beginning.
Okay. Then you also know that I'm pregnant.
Of course. You got pregnant through fertility treatment. At the age of 40, right? I can't believe you'd put yourself at risk by being pregnant that old. I can't imagine it.
If you know that much, it seems like you really are having an affair with my husband.
That's right. Also, I'm pregnant.
What?
It's Honey's child. So, would you please divorce him? Honey was saying that too. He doesn't want a child with a woman who is over 40 years old. Fertility treatments are expensive, and giving birth at an old age is high risk and low return.
I can't believe Anthony actually said that.
He can easily have a child with a young girl like me. By the time the child becomes an adult, you will be a 60-year-old granny, right? No way. I would be embarrassed if that was my parent. Giving birth at an old age is pointless.
I've had enough of your opinion. So, you're pregnant, and you contacted me to tell me to get a divorce.
Well, that's about it. I'm going to be a super young and beautiful mom. Unlike you. Honey obviously prefers a young and beautiful woman. So, break up with him immediately. Old lady.
I got your point. For now, I will also talk with Anthony and contact you again later.
Please hurry up and get a divorce before my child is born.
I got those message from an airhead girl. I'm sorry for being too old, you idiot. What are you gonna do with this?
Did Hazel spill out everything? Seriously?
That's my line, you cheater. From that reaction, it seems to be true, huh? You've been cheating on me with a girl 20 years younger than you and had a child with her, right?
Yeah.
Don't just say yeah. You should at least try to dodge the topic. I can't believe you even thought of cheating with that attitude. You're truly an idiot.
I'm sorry. I was tired from work and infertility treatment, and I gave in to temptation.
I don't need your apologies or excuses. Since when have you been seeing her?
From about February this year.
So you've been seeing her for about a year now. Did you know that she is pregnant?
Yeah, she told me she was 2 months pregnant last month. But, we haven't decided what to do about it.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, whether we should have an abortion or not, and about the money if we decide to raise the child.
Aren't you being too irresponsible? Cheating on your wife while she's pregnant. Not thinking about anything when the cheating partner is pregnant. Were you planning to have 2 families? If I didn't find out about the affair, how is it possible? You don't even make enough money to maintain 2 households.
No, I really didn't think about it. I thought it would be fine because I have financial support from my father-in-law.
Huh? What's that? Were you planning to raise the mistress's child with my parents' support?
No, that's not what I meant.
That's exactly what you meant. I'm not angry anymore. I'm just so disappointed in you. I'll tell you what, I'm divorcing you.
What? Divorce?
Of course. I don't intend to reconcile with a man who cheated on me and had a child outside of our relationship. Continuing our marriage would only make both of us uncomfortable, right? Let's get a divorce immediately.
That is? Well, I'll obey if you want to. You have a job and you'll be fine alone. But Hazel won't be okay alone.
Let's proceed to get a divorce then. I'll pack my things and go to my parents' house for now. I was planning to go back to my hometown to give birth anyway. I'll contact you about the details later. Let's cool things off for a while. Hello, Hazel. It's been a while.
You finally replied me. Why have you been leaving me on read for so long?
I was busy with many things. Let's get straight to the point. I went to see a lawyer with Anthony yesterday, and we've decided to get a divorce.
Really? Yay! I mean, I'm sorry for stealing your husband. Well, it was me who suggested to get a divorce though. You're an old divorcee. You probably can't remarry. But I hope you'll do your best to live alone.
As a result of the discussion, we came up with a provisional decision. I'm going to demand $11,000 in compensation from you.
What?
I'd prefer you to pay in one go. I don't want to be involved with you guys forever. So please borrow money from your parents or take out a loan to pay. Anthony can pay on your behalf, but I'm also demanding money from him separately, so it's best not to hope for that.
Wait, what? I'm paying?
Well, of course, right. You had a relationship with a married man. So I have the right to demand the compensation money. That's common knowledge, didn't you know?
I'm pregnant, you know. That's impossible. I can't afford to pay. A child is going to be born soon, you know. It costs money, you know.
I understand, but that's a different issue. It costs me money too. You had an affair with a married man. So you should know how to take responsibility, right?
I didn't know that. I can't pay. I can't afford $11,000. I can't prepare that much.
What on earth did you think when you contacted me? You confessed me you had an affair, and you thought you could marry him without any repercussions.
But, I never heard from Honey that I have to pay money.
What a pair of idiots. Anthony was better because he accepted to pay the compensation money.
I can't afford to pay $11,000. Please don't demand the compensation money from me.
Well then, I'll give you a chance.
A chance.
If you do as I say, you don't have to pay the compensation money.
What? Seriously?
Yes. I can write a memorandum for you if you want.
I'll do it. I'll do anything.
All right, then. Marry Anthony and never get a divorce. If you can do that, I'll regard the compensation money as being paid.
What? Just that?
Yes, just that. However, if you don't marry Anthony or get a divorce, I'll demand $11,000 immediately.
Really? Just marrying Honey will do.
If you don't want to, that's fine. As long as I get the compensation money, I'm fine.
Yes. I will marry him. That will clear everything, right? You're not lying, right?
I'm not lying. You're still young. You'll need someone to support you for the child about to be born. If a child is born, you'll probably have to quit college, and there will be a lot to learn. So, waiving the compensation money is my gift to you.
Ellie, I think I've misunderstood you. I didn't think you were such a good person. I'm really sorry. I said so many terrible things to you.
It's okay. I'm not bothered at all. I hope you have a happy life with Anthony and your child.
Thank you. I'll be happy.
Ellie, I heard from Hazel. Thank you for blessing our marriage.
What are you talking about? Besides, I've already submitted the divorce papers, so don't contact me.
I'm sorry, but I just wanted to express my gratitude. Thank you for waiving the compensation money once we get married. Even though you're in a position where you could resent us, you waived the compensation money for our child, didn't you? Honestly, I would be dirt po if I had to pay you the compensation money. So I was wondering what to do. So it's very nice of you, thank you. Oh, don't worry, I'll definitely pay child support.
No, wait. I don't know what you're misunderstanding, but I'm going to demand the compensation money from you as planned.
What?
What do you mean by what? What made you think you're also exempted? I'm not going to demand the compensation money from Hazel. But you have to pay me the compensation money and child support. All at once.
What? Wait, then why is Hazel?
Well, you know, aren't girls like her likely to hold a grudge? She told me she will steal you from me without considering the consequences, and plays the victim saying she can't pay the compensation money. If I forcibly demand the compensation money, she'd hold a grudge and may harm me, my child or family. So I deliberately gave her a good deal. If it's between $11,000 and my safety is important, right? The reason I made marriage a condition was to ensure a stopper, you.
What?
Well, you'll probably realize after you get married that you should have paid the compensation money on her behalf.
What? What does it mean?
First of all, I'll tell you what. You're being transferred to countryside.
What? For real? Why is that?
Why do you even ask me? You haven't forgotten, have you? You got into your current work through my brother's connections and got promoted because of his help.
Huh?
And yet, we're getting a divorce in the worst possible way because of your affair. You must be crazy to think you can stay in the current work. The fact that you're not getting fired is mercy.
I know, but I don't want to move to countryside.
If you don't like it, why don't you look for another job? I don't know if there are other companies in the same industry that would hire a man in his 40s who returned evil for good and got transferred though. But in any case, your salary will probably go down.
Oh no?
Well, that being said, you're going to be a poor man with a low salary and in debt because of the compensation money and child support, and soon to be transferred to countryside. And you're over 40 years old. Hazel will be in despair when she realizes what she has done one day. To have married a terrible person like you and have to pay $11,000 to get a divorce. Isn't it certain she'll hold a grudge against you for the rest of her life? You have to support your family, and you'll probably be too poor to retire. That's when the child costs the most money, you know. You have to work hard until you die. It's tough, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. What is my life?
I don't care what happens to the two of you. But the child is innocent, so do your best to make him happy. And let me say one last thing.
What?
What do you mean by you had an affair because you were tired of infertility treatment? The reason we found it hard to conceive in the first place was because of you. And yet, you told her I was too old. And giving birth at an old age is high risk and low return. I hope the baby in Hazel's belly is actually yours. Go to hell. Learn the harsh reality. Well, I wish you happiness.
Wait, please. Ellie, wait. Let's talk again.
Anthony tried to contact me several times, but my lawyer and family rejected him as they were strongly against him causing any more trouble. He gave up on me, borrowed money to pay the compensation money and child support, and moved to countryside after marrying Hazel, who had been disowned by her parents and dropped out of college. There was no wedding, and they had to leave the city they used to live. So she seemed to be full of complaints. They began living together in a small apartment. They were short on cash, so Anthony started a side job while working for a company as well. Hazel also worked part-time until the last month of pregnancy. Furthermore, in the midst of such difficult days, the baby that was born had black hair and brown eyes. It caused a fight because Anthony thought the baby was not his child, but they did not get a divorce. 2 years after I got divorced with him, he collapsed from overwork and became paralyzed on one side of his body. Hazel fell out of love with him after 2 years of marriage and refused to take care of him, so she left her child and disappeared. Anthony was burnt out and taken into care by his parents. Apparently, the child was adopted by Hazel's relatives and is living happily. Those who don't think about the consequences end up like this misery. The only good thing is that the child has a happy life with the adoptive parents. As for me, I gave birth to a healthy baby. I'm raising him with the help of my parents and siblings. I always wanted to have a child, and he is so adorable. So my current concern is to not spoil him too much. I will do my best to make our family of two happy in the future.
Hey Aaron. How's it going?
Hello, Carol. I'm doing just fine. Just been relaxing at home. Why do you ask?
I wanted to have a chat. Or more like a request actually.
A request?
You know the wedding next month, right? I want you to not come.
Excuse me?
I want you to skip it, Aaron.
What? Are you joking? How could I skip my own wedding next month? I'm the groom, aren't I? A groom not attending his own wedding? That's unheard of.
This is no joke, Aaron. I'm serious about this.
What? You're seriously asking me to skip my own wedding? Me, the groom, my wedding?
Yes, I am. I understand this is a lot to ask.
Hold on a second. Why would I have to skip it? Why, with just a month to go before the wedding? You need to explain this to me.
Yes, I suppose I should start from the beginning. Firstly, we found out yesterday that my daughter is pregnant.
Wait, what? Betty is pregnant?
She said she was feeling unwell, so we took her to the doctor. She's 3 months along. But here's the thing. According to Betty, you're not the father.
Excuse me?
The father is a boy named Mark. A family friend we've known for years. Betty's childhood friend, to be exact. She's pregnant with his child.
What are you saying? Did Betty cheat on me with this guy?
That's a harsh way to put it. They were dating back in middle school. They became distant when his family moved away before high school, but then, Mark moved back here about 6 months ago. It seems they rekindled their old relationship.
What do you mean they rekindled their relationship? She's engaged to me.
Calm down, Aaron. Here's the thing. After all that, she ended up getting pregnant. Betty wants to have a wedding with Mark. He's her first love, her first boyfriend, and now the father of her child. As her mother, I want to support my daughter's wishes. He's the father of my first grandchild, so of course I want her to have a wedding with Mark. Doesn't the idea of wedding her first love sound romantic? So Aaron, will you please not attend the wedding?
I have no idea what you're talking about. So what you're saying is that, because she's pregnant with this guy's child, she's breaking off our engagement and planning to marry him?
No, you got it all wrong. I'm saying she'll get married to you, not to someone else.
What?
Yeah, the wedding ceremony will be with Mark, but we won't break off the engagement. She'll register her marriage with you.
Huh, why?
Actually, Mark has recently quit his job, and his parents are unstable financially. The ceremony would be great with him, but I'm not so sure about him as a life partner.
Wait, I don't understand at all.
And there's more to it. Betty said that she wants to raise the child with Mark, both during her pregnancy and after childbirth, so she wants to live with him in the new house.
Huh? Wait, do you mean the new house? The one that Betty and I were supposed to move into at the end of this month?
Yes, that's the one. She said that she wants to live there with Mark and their child as a family of 3. So, she'd like you to either stay in your current apartment or move to another one if that's not possible.
Hold on a second here. So, I'm not only being robbed of my wedding ceremony but also the new house? I'm the one who's paying for both the wedding and the new house, you know. I even took out a loan for it.
Don't be so petty about money. Since you're working for a good company and making good money, think of it as a gift for my daughter.
Huh, a gift?
For the wedding and the baby shower. Anyway, that's the situation. For the sake of my daughter, the baby in her belly, and their father, Please give up the wedding and the new house. I'll let you register the marriage.
Wait, hold on a second. Do you realize what you're saying?
I do. There's nothing complicated about it, right? Of course, you'll be her husband in the eyes of the law, so naturally, you'll pay for my daughter's living expenses. And you'll take care of all the child support for the baby she'll give birth to. You're becoming a son-in-law to our family. So as a husband, support your wife and my grandchild.
Are you serious about what you're saying? Are you okay? I'm actually worried now. Are you seriously serious?
Am I saying something strange?
No, I'm sorry. But can you give me some time to think about it? I want to talk it over with Betty, too. There are a lot of things we need to prepare.
Really? There's not much time until the wedding, so make it quick.
I heard from your mother. Is it true that you're pregnant? And you're really going to have a wedding ceremony with your childhood friend who's the father?
Oh, you heard it from Mom? That's right. The next fun meeting is with Mark. So Aaron doesn't need to come. I can't wait to see Mark in a tuxedo.
Betty, don't you think what you're saying is strange?
What is?
Having a wedding ceremony with your childhood friend while you're engaged to someone else. And saying you'll live with him because he's the father of the baby in your belly. You don't think it's weird at all?
What? Jealous, are you? Aaron, did you want to have a wedding ceremony with me? Should we have another one when our child is born?
No, it's not about jealousy or anything like that. It's strange to be engaged to someone and then be with another man. That's the point.
Aaron, you were that attached to the idea of a wedding ceremony? I always thought men didn't care as much since the bride is the star of the show. But honestly, Mark is more handsome. So he'd look better as the groom in our Instagram pictures, don't you think? That's why I want Mark as the groom.
That's not the point. It's strange to be engaged to someone, then get involved with another man, get pregnant, and have him steal both the wedding and the new house. That's what I'm saying.
The pregnancy was a bit of a surprise. But what can I do? What's done is done. Besides, we're not officially married yet, so isn't it my right to date whoever I want? Does it concern you, Aaron?
Huh?
Once we're married, you will be my husband, so it's all good. About the new house, living with Mark. It's for the baby that's about to be born. It's better for the baby to be with its real dad, don't you think? You just needs to support us as a second father. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong? You really?
Oh, speaking of getting married, my dad said he wants you to help more with our family business.
What?
Aaron, you're already helping out with our family business on your days off and after work, right? Once we're married, you'll be part of the family. So my dad said he can trust you with more responsibilities. He's thinking about expanding the business, so do your best.
Wait, what is that? What do you mean, trusted with? I've been helping out with the family business out of kindness as your fiancé. Cutting into my days off. It's not a paid job. I'm practically working full-time already, and all of it is unpaid. If I get any more tasks, it's going to interfere with my actual job.
But it seems that they are short on hands again and having a hard time. Isn't it normal for families to help each other out?
Expansion is impossible. I've been improving efficiency by creating manuals and using macros. But the current staff number is barely enough. If they're going to leave more work to me, they'll have to pay me properly, or it's not worth it.
You want to get paid even though we're family? I didn't know you were so greedy. That's disappointing.
What are you talking about? Then, Betty should help out. I can't keep helping out for free.
I can't, you know. I don't know anything about my dad's work. And I'm pregnant now? You are a man, so it's normal for him to work hard. I'll do my best with housework and raising the child. So don't be so narrow-minded and do your best, okay? For me, the baby, and Mark.
Narrow-minded. Ah, fine. This conversation is going nowhere. Just do what you want. I don't care. I'll do what I want too.
Really? Well, if you're okay with it, then good. Oh, I'll introduce you to Mark next time.
No, it's fine. I need to sort things out. So just leave me alone for a week.
Aaron, hey. Pick up the phone. What's the deal?
Hello, Carol. Is something wrong?
Don't give me that is something wrong. I'm calling because Betty said she couldn't get in touch with you.
Oh, Betty. I blocked her for now. Because she speaks English but we're not communicating well.
What on earth are you doing at a time like this? Today, when Betty and Mark went to the venue to discuss details, they were told the wedding had been cancelled. They were told that the cancellation fee had been paid and the procedure had been completed. What does that mean? What's going on?
Oh, that. I canceled it.
What? You cancelled it? Why would you do such a thing?
Because I'm not going. Is there a problem?
A problem?
Well, it's not my wedding, it's Betty's and some guys, right? I don't feel obligated to pay for someone else's wedding. It's my money, so there's no problem, right?
Don't talk like my wedding and my money are all yours. It was also Betty's wedding.
But, I paid the entire cost of the ceremony up front, didn't I? The agreement was to calculate the gift money and return half after the ceremony. So at this point, it was entirely my money, wasn't it?
Well, that's true, but canceling without any discussion. Betty was looking forward to it so much. This is awful.
I was also looking forward to it. Until I was told not to attend. Anyway, I won't let someone else's wedding be held with my money. If they want to have a wedding, Betty and the other guy can pool their money and start planning from scratch.
It's such a waste after all the preparation. What have you done?
By the way, is the only issue the wedding? Anything else?
What? What else?
There must be more, right? Like selling the new house.
What? You sold the new house?
Yes, I was lucky to sell it, along with the mortgage. I have a friend who works in real estate. Since it's new and in a good location, a buyer was found immediately.
Why? Why? That's the house for Betty and our grandchild.
Because I'm not living there. The property is also in my name, so I sold it. I don't need a house I'm not living in.
Don't do whatever you want. What are you thinking?
Oh, speaking of doing whatever I want, I'll quit helping out at my father-in-law's company. I'll finish today. And I deleted everything I created.
What?
The manuals, everything I created for efficiency, both the paper documents and the data have been deleted. From tomorrow, please work hard in the state before I joined.
What? Why would you do such a thing?
Even if you ask me why. I'm an outsider who took the liberty of creating this. So isn't it my right to delete or discard it?
This is trouble. I can't even do my regular work. Even discussions about expanding our market reach can't be done in this state, you know.
Oh boy. Rather, it's quite strange that the regular work is being disrupted. Because the thing I created as a mere fiancé of your daughter is missing. It's absolutely ridiculous to have someone in my position, doing work of this level without pay.
Please, bring it back immediately. Everyone will be in trouble if they can't work.
I don't like it, but who exactly is everyone? The employees? I don't think anyone will be troubled. They are planning to quit tomorrow.
Huh? Quit?
To tell you the truth, your company's work environment is abnormal. The workload is immense because there are few people, and everyone is overworked. Overnight work is common, and there's no overtime pay. And yet, the wages are low. You even make outsiders like me work without pay. There are various other things that violate labor laws. That's why I told the employees how much they could earn in a similar position at other companies. My usual work conditions, salary, and so forth. I also introduced them to some companies where I have acquaintances. I gave them business cards saying that my company is also recruiting. The employees were all very happy. They said they're all going to hand in their resignation letters tomorrow.
What? Wait a minute.
They plan to use up their paid leaves until the date of resignation. No one is going to come anymore.
How can any work be done like this? What happens when there are no people? What are you going to do?
Well, it's not my decision. Wouldn't it be the Labor Standards Bureau that decides? I've reported everything about this case to the Labor Standards Bureau.
Huh, the Labor Standards Bureau.
I went to the Labor Standards office with evidence of illegal long hours and non-payment of overtime. I expect an investigation will be coming soon.
What have you done? If the Labor Inspection Office conducts an investigation, the company will really be ruined.
Oh, so you were aware of it. That you're doing something that shouldn't be done.
And now I'm worried about what the neighbors and relatives will say. If the company that's been handed down from my great-grandfather's generation gets ruined, how will I explain to my sisters-in-law?
It's all right. You don't need to worry.
Huh?
I've already explained the situation to all the relatives, both on my side and yours.
What?
Since the wedding was canceled, I combined it with my rounds to greet those who were supposed to attend, and I explained the situation in detail. I also distributed printouts of your and Betty's chat messages. Everyone listened very sympathetically.
No way.
Thanks to my explanation, they understood. They all agreed that the cancellation of my engagement with Betty was inevitable.
Huh. Cancellation of engagement. Calling off the marriage altogether, huh?
Isn't that obvious? After all this, there's no way we could marry. It's a blessing in disguise that we haven't legally registered our marriage yet. About the compensation for breaking the engagement. I think you'll be hearing from a lawyer soon. All future communication should be through the lawyer, please.
Hold on. Do you think you can get away with this scot-free? There's a baby in Betty's belly, you know. And yet you're doing such things, like trying to bankrupt my company. Are you saying it's okay if me, Betty, and our grandchild end up in ruin?
I won't care even if you lose everything. You, and all other unreasonable people like you.
What?
Despite having a fiancé, she cheated and got her pregnant. She wanted to hold a wedding with her mistress, and live in a new home. And you, who condone this and treat me like a slave, you all deserve to go to hell.
I never intended to treat you like a slave.
Then what was it if not being treated as a slave? You've taken the wedding and the new home that I paid for. You tell me to provide for living expenses as a husband, even though we're not legally married yet. You demand child support for a child that isn't mine, just because it's your daughter's. You want me to keep working for free, just like I've been doing. How much do you need to belittle me to be satisfied?
No, you've misunderstood. That's not what we meant. You're taking it too badly.
Too badly? Are you saying you did nothing wrong? Then, it's okay if I do the same thing, right? Let's say I have a childhood friend who's an ex-girlfriend. She gets pregnant, so I decide to hold a wedding with her and live together in a new home. Betty will pay for the wedding and new home. Since Betty is the one I'm legally marrying, she will provide for living expenses and child support. I asked Betty to help out with my family's business for free. Would you forgive me if I told Betty to do this? It sounds unfair when you put it like that, doesn't it?
That's because the positions of men and women are different.
This is getting us nowhere. Well, I think you'll hear from a lawyer soon. Please do not contact me directly in the future.
Wait. I'm sorry, let's discuss this. I think there's a misunderstanding on both sides.
Please discuss with my lawyer. By the way, I did a little research, and it turns out that Mark, the man she cheated with, is married. And he has 3 children.
What? What?
Well, that's it. Goodbye. After that, I immediately blocked all contact from Betty's side. I had the lawyer, who was introduced to me by my boss, act as my barrier. A few days later, at the scheduled meeting, Betty and her mother made excuses like I was just depending on you because you were going to be my husband. And her father poured fuel on the fire by saying I reported you to the labor board too, so we're even. Mark just kept bowing to his wife, whom I had called, making my parents extremely angry. The lawyer took them to task, and in the end, I claimed $7,000 in damages from Betty, including the cancellation fee for the wedding. Mark had to pay compensation to both me and his wife, and ended up divorcing his wife. They came crying and begging, but I issued a restraining order and cut ties. Since then, Betty's father's company has gone bankrupt due to investigations by the labor board and lawsuits from former employees claiming unpaid overtime. They tried to ask for help from their relatives, but they were completely shunned. They had to let go of their family home and land, and are now living together in a shabby apartment. They haven't been able to get in touch with Mark since that meeting, and Betty doesn't know what to do with the baby and has been crying all the time. They send letters via the lawyer saying please help, but I ignore them, thinking it serves them right. All I can do is hope they will live honestly without preying on others. I was a bit depressed about my lack of discernment, but thanks to the comfort from my parents, friends, and colleagues, I've been able to bounce back and live as before. I'll do my best to improve myself so I can forget about those awful people and meet someone better.